Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is part 2 of our P&O Iona ship tour. As always, I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Part 2 of our Iona ship tour, Linz.
Part 2, because it was so big.
It was, otherwise this would have been about 300 hours long.
No.
Or maybe about an hour and 15 minutes. Either way, we broke it down into 2 parts for you. So if you're watching this and haven't seen part 1, well, there'll be a link in the description below.
Ooh.
And off we go then. So we're on deck 8 now.
Oh, I've got to say, deck 8 was the most difficult deck for me.
Why?
Because I always forgot where
How do you have a difficult deck on a ship?
Because I could never remember. There's a lot going on this deck, but I could never remember what deck it was.
Your 3 sort of main decks inside it are deck 8, 7 and 6. 5's got the gym and a couple of little things on, but your main entertainment hub and your main food hub are 8, 7 and 6.
So we're on 8 now, aren't we? This is the Keel Cow.
It is. So this is one of their pay a little bit more restaurants. I'm not going to say speciality as such.
A la carte.
Yeah, a la carte. Because I don't think there was any of the meals included within it. Well, I don't think it's where you could pay a little bit more for some.
No.
So it's steaks and everything else like that. But we were amazed how much we liked it here.
We went here 3 nights.
On a 14-night cruise.
Yes.
Now, this bottom part of the restaurant on the left behind the glass there that you can see.
Yes.
We only ever got put in there on the last night. That was the only time we saw it busy enough.
I didn't like the chairs in there.
Some of the chairs were sat really low, weren't the people were taking it from the other tables to swap them.
It was like you were at a child's table at a wedding.
Yeah, she had the bench seat and you were sat really high on that.
Yeah.
And on the other side you were sat quite low.
Yes.
But Keel Cow, it'll be in our food and restaurant review, which we'll put a link in the description below.
Apart from the chairs, we loved it.
We did. The chairs in the main part of it, really good. You've then got the gelato area. Now, do you want to explain why you're going, ugh? Because people are like, but it's gelato. Why are you growling at it?
Because we went hard and heavy at the gelato. We had the afternoon tea. I was not well after. It was like a challenge.
It's an afternoon tea for 1, but we wanted to share it for 2.
Oh.
So you only got 1 drink in it, so you had a coffee or a tea.
With no milk.
With no milk in the tea, which was a bit weird. But the size of the afternoon tea for 1 person were huge. There were like 9 or 10 pieces of ice cream lollies and ice cream buns. It was just so much, wasn't it? We couldn't get anywhere near finishing
the first bite or lick or whatever you want to say was fabulous. It was just downhill from there.
It was lovely. There was just too much of it. And how that's for 1 person,
I do not know.
I've absolutely no idea. We're just touching into sort of the entrance to Sindhu.
Love Sindhu.
Again, we went in here a couple of times and there'll be a full review on that.
But
before we get into that, would you like to take a chance to invite people to subscribe?
Take a chance on me.
Take a chance on you.
I would love to invite you to subscribe. Thank you if you already have done. And yes, thank you.
Yeah, you can also follow us on all sort of main social media at Sweet Natured.
Thank you.
So looking into Sindhu, it's a bit deceptive there because it looks like that size of it. It actually goes on a long way beyond that. It's a very large restaurant.
We love Sindhu. They've got some great things. As you say, we'll do them in the review.
We will. But again, it is an upcharge.
Yes.
And it is a la carte. You pay for each piece that you want. It's not just pay $20 and you're in.
I would say that's more speciality than upcharge, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a specialty restaurant.
Yes.
You just pay for each meal as you go along. We're into the Quays area now. The Quays is 3 different booths. The fish and chip shop, basically, because that's all it's sold.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Asian fusion part in the end.
Which I called the Katsu Cabin.
Yeah, because it always had katsu and then 2 other things.
Yeah.
And then the American one at the American grill at the end, which is burgers and fried chicken and things like that.
Fries.
That also does breakfast there in the morning. Really quiet. It's the only one of the 3 that's open for breakfast. And it is just an English breakfast. I think they do some pancakes as well.
Yes.
But it's, of all the days we went there, apart from 1, we never had to wait more than a minute to get served.
We always easily found a table.
Yeah.
It was very nice, a lot more relaxed than the buffet.
Yeah.
And yeah, we enjoyed the Quays.
It felt much more like areas on places like Virgin Voyages, where you've got
Their galley.
their gallons, because it's all prepared fresh for you.
Yes.
So you might have to wait a few seconds.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
But really nice. Olive
Grove.
Grove.
We
I want
kept
to call it Olive Tree then.
We were calling it Olive Everything.
We were. It is the Olive Grove. Again, this is a upcharge restaurant for some dishes.
Yes.
Now, there's quite a few in there that you don't pay any extra for, but you do have to book.
You do so have to book, and you have to be very flexible with your booking.
You do. It were sold out loads, wasn't it?
It was.
We were
And
amazed.
it's all via the little web app as well.
Yeah, it is. And you can get some drinks while you're down here as well, and you just charge us straight to there.
Yeah, they did have full bar service. They do have waiters and waitresses. Yeah, lovely.
I mean, down in the Quays, the waitering service in there were really good.
Oh, loved it, loved it. Now the Clubhouse now.
So this is one of the main entertainment venues.
Yes.
It was probably the second one that we went into compared to the theatre, where we saw the most things.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you had musicians on in here, you had comedians, you had everything.
Yeah, there was a few acts. Yeah, we enjoyed it. You have to get there early doors.
Yeah, it looks huge. If it's a popular act, this is full 40 minutes before.
Yeah, and then those that tip up with 10 minutes to go then stand there and look and say, why is there not a seat for me?
And everyone's like, move on,
Yeah,
move along.
I mean, everybody just looks at you like you've walked into a bar in the Wild West when you walk in, because it's like, it's not happening, love.
No. But it's a really nice venue there. And they do bingo there as well.
And the
some
quiz,
quizzes.
and do some quizzes, yes. This is deck 8. I don't know why it wouldn't stick with me.
It didn't stick well when you were on there, but when you're watching it back, it has stuck with you.
Well,
It didn't stick in 2 weeks.
I just don't get it. Maybe I have a problem with the number 8.
So we're at the back at the Sunset Bar now. This is one of 3 areas that are similar at the back of Iona. You've seen the other ones if you've watched the previous ship tour.
Yes.
Up on deck 16 and 18.
Yeah.
With the bars and the pools and other areas.
Yeah.
But this is a lovely place in an evening because it's really quiet. The pools are all illuminated.
And it's not as breezy as it might look right now. It was lovely. And yeah, I really liked it here.
Yeah, when I said pools, I meant whirlpools.
Yes.
There's not a swimming pool down on this.
Yeah.
Not at this end, anyway.
No.
And this day that we're in here, I think we're in Malaga, and Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas.
Yeah, we waved.
So you could sit in the pool all day if you want and watch them.
Yeah.
Should you wish to do so. But it's a lovely area at the back of here. Obviously, when it's sunny, it's nicer.
Yeah, and not as breezy.
But it wasn't as busy an area. The 2 further up.
On the higher decks.
Yeah.
Yes.
16, 17 and 18. They were always really busy.
Yeah.
Whereas that were often quite a lot quieter. A lot easier to get a drink as well.
I mean, I liked it there. We stayed there quite a bit, didn't we? It's just the issue of when you're all wet. But we'll go into that in another video.
Okay. Which was your favourite area to get all wet in? That sounds even worse.
Don't you do that.
Which was your favourite sort of whirlpool pool area on Iona?
We're coming up to them now.
The sort of infinity ones.
Yes.
We'll come past them as we get down towards the front of the ship.
I like them. But only we discovered their proper use after about 12 days. So make sure you use them before we did.
Especially if you're only on a 7-night cruise.
If you're on a 7-night cruise.
Because by day 12 you'll be back
Yeah,
on.
because if you get there and you get one, they're say for 3 people, but they're for 2.
Yeah, you would feel really weird getting into that if there were another couple already in there.
That would be very weird.
It's almost like sharing a bath. They're not that much bigger. I mean, you're going to see it in a second.
I mean,
you do a really nice one that you can look out.
Yes.
We did it in those when we were in port and when we were at sea.
And I've got to say, the 1 minute on, 1 minute off doesn't seem as bad in these whirlpools.
No, it still did it.
It still did
I
it.
still find that really annoying. P&O should really
P&O, sort that, please.
Yeah. I get saving money and energy, but surely them just coming on and off when there's no one in's less effective anyway. Let us just switch them on.
A false economy.
It seems it to me. I'm sure there's smarter people than us at P&O that will disagree.
Yeah, I'm sure. But
it's still annoying as a customer.
very. Oh, we still haven't got to them yet, have we?
No, it's the outside promenade that we're on now. Loads of really nice, comfortable seating area, but it runs the full length.
Yes.
It's a proper promenade. You can walk
All the way around, all the way around. I mean, when you're at sea, there is a light side and a dark side. What do I mean?
You mean the sunny side and the shady side? Or are you referring to that on
Yeah.
one side is the Jedi and the other the Sith?
Oh, it's super geeky now. Yes. No.
The
Sunny.
shady side. Well, that applies to anything. If the sun's in one direction, apart from if you're on the top deck, at which point
Then you get blown away.
then you get blown away, but it's sunny. So we're crossing over this sort of little bridge, which a few ships have similar ones. A lot of them have it.
I
as
like
glass.
this bridge.
But you like that one because you couldn't see
It's
down.
solid.
Well, they're all solid. You don't have to hover over them.
No, I mean, I don't like the glass.
You don't.
Oh,
Look,
my
you've got
little,
one of your
my
little
little
whirlpools.
whirlpools.
So my recommendation is to use one of the two ones ahead of this one because this is right next to the main entrance. So it gets main entrance back onto deck 8.
Yeah.
So it gets a lot busier around there.
I also would say one of you's going to have to be brave and get the towels for the other one
Especially if it's a bit chilly.
because the ladder's very high.
It is. It's deceptively so. I mean, you can see you're stepping up a long way, but when you're out at sea and you stand on that top step
And you're all wet.
and you're all wet and in your swimsuit or your bikini, you feel that wind. It's a bit nippy.
You feel it in places you never knew you had.
I said that when I said earlier on that they're a bit like bath size. You can see what I mean, but they're quite deep as well. They're really nice.
They're great. They are. They're great.
I really wish we'd have gone in them early on in the cruise.
I'm so
because we only
annoyed.
got like 3 days using
I'm
them.
so annoyed. I'm so annoyed.
So top tip out of anything that you're watching, even if you turn off now, take this bit and go, we're going to make sure we go in one of those
Yes, do it.
because they were so underused, weren't they, compared to the other ones?
Yeah, because the conservatory suites overlook them.
Yeah, that's the conservatory suites on the left here. So they're on deck 8 and deck 9.
But they're all glazed up. They're all kind of shielded, aren't they?
What, the pools?
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
pools.
I mean, if you're above, people can look down at you. That applies to any whirlpool. Doesn't it?
What, that you look from above.
Yeah, if you're on deck 18 and the whirlpool's below, you can still see in. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, yes, but it's closer.
Well, that's true. At the other end of the ship, when we came out this day, we had Celebrity Reflection as well. Which looked lovely. This area here, we joked about before where the conservatory suites are, but when I turned back round here, it always reminded us of the alley on Coronation Street.
We were calling them the Coronation Suites at the end.
Here we were. Which, to anyone watching this from overseas, it's a soap. It's been on for like 60 years. And that's an in-joke for Brits.
For the Brits, yeah. Just do the tune in your head when you look at them, and it'll
You'll
all
never
make
get out of
sense.
it. At one point, we were like, we need to get a stuffed cat and put it on the end of one to make it look even more like. So you can see up there to the bridge, and then above that is where the retreat
Yes.
is as well, looking over. And then you've got the crew area there.
Yeah,
so
that's
there's two,
very nice.
It is. It's a nice little shaded area from. So there's 2 whirlpools in there and a little pool. I said there's technically not a pool on there. There is, but you can't go to it.
No.
It's crew only.
No. And then there's these suites. No, they're not suites. They're just, I think, the deluxe balconies, but they have like a screen.
I don't actually know whether there were suites or not.
We
I've never
like,
looked.
we've been
had-
at the front
Yeah,
of
we
the
have.
ship, but we've been higher up.
But having people walk right past you,
I wouldn't like that.
no, I'm not a massive fan
No,
of that.
I wouldn't like that. Because we like to sit out and have a cup of tea in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not private.
No. And as you see, we're heading back round the other side, but we're going to cut back in just so we're not showing you the promenade, but as you will have gathered from there, all the way through.
Is this still
So we're
stupid
deck
8?
8, going down now to deck 7.
I coped with 7. I knew what was going on 7.
What was going on 7?
Glass House.
Glass House. It was the very first place that we stopped when we got on here.
We love Glass House.
We did. We were disappointed.
We were.
Because they weren't serving food on this cruise. And
Oh,
apparently
my.
haven't been for quite a while.
I mean, the prawns in the Glass House.
When we went on Ventura were fantastic.
Oh.
Just to be able to have those little sort of nibbles, those tapas type things, while you have a nice glass of wine and watch the world go by.
Yes.
Is fantastic. I hope that they get back quickly to serving food in there.
Yeah.
But given that they haven't for apparently 5-6 months.
And it always upset me when it was actually on the digital signage that it was open.
Constantly, you'd sit there having a drink and it's like, buy this fantastic food. You're like, We would if we could.
Yes.
That bit that we just went into there, the cellar door, that's where they did a few of the wine classes, like
Yes.
the wine tasting and things like that.
Yeah.
We didn't do one on this one.
No. No.
And that's the godmother of the ship.
Yes.
Hello, godmother.
Hello.
Round to guest services. They say reception on there, but some call it customer services, guest services.
We know what you are.
It's not a big one.
No.
For the size of the ship, bear in mind, you can be over 5,000 passengers on here. On the last night, before we got off, usual last night, people going down to say, this is wrong with my bill.
What is this on my bill? Yeah.
Yeah. There was a queue, bigger than when we were waiting for Gary Barlow.
Yeah, it was quite a big queue.
Yeah.
Quite a big queue. But then, I mean, we're heading through to the photo hub now. They didn't have many photo ops during the day, did they? It was more evening.
But even they didn't have many.
Well, they were like, oh, tonight's photo backdrop, red. Like, what's that about? Where's my sunset?
Yeah. There were, apart from on, I think, Fall night, where there were maybe 2 or 3 locations, there was only ever one location. I never saw really that many people get it done. It very different to on other cruises that we've been on. And we'd never had our photo taken once.
I don't recommend a red backdrop for Brits in a sunny climate.
We tend not to do well in a sudden exposure to sun. We tend to look a similar colour to that backdrop.
Maybe it's flattering. Maybe that's it. Yeah.
It camouflages us in with it.
Yes.
The shop area on Iona, I did actually like. I'm not, one of these people who likes retail therapy.
You're not, no.
But it was a nice area.
Yes, it was lovely. It was.
You didn't feel, there was no pressure when you went into the shops.
No.
They were all very nice. The shops are spacious, easy to get around. I would say if there is something you're thinking of buying, ask the crew if there's going to be a sale at any point.
Yeah, because they had a lot of 25% off.
On certain days.
Yeah, so don't do it, buy
Don't
it.
just dive in, ask them and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Show experiences, which you could have booked beforehand or you can book when you're on there, as well as the rebooking.
They was very busy.
The rebook, especially the last couple of days.
Oh.
Because they were putting some really good onboard credit options on.
Was it like £600 or something?
Yeah, per cabin, some really chunky ones and low deposits as well. So it was very, very busy there. We didn't book again while we were on this particular time.
We have to, we have new ships.
We've got a lot booked up for during the time period that they were booking for. So again, walking back down the other side of it, some more shops.
Yes.
The alcohol on there were actually pretty cheap.
We did all right, didn't we?
We did, yeah. 'Cause it can be a bit hit and miss.
Yes.
When you're on there, you're like, well, you can get that cheaper in your local supermarket.
Yeah.
But they actually had some really, really good offers on.
We got some Disaronno.
Disaronno Amaretto.
Like 2 litres.
Yeah, the really large ones, which are normally sort of like £20 plus.
Ish, yeah.
And they were £15.
Yeah, so we got 2. But we could have, was it 4 litres each or something?
Yeah,
I don't want to
4
get
litres
into the
each.
reasons behind that, but yeah, we were surprised how much you could take off.
And people were taking advantage of it. Because
yes.
You could collect, on our cruise, we got off on the Saturday, and you could collect the alcohol and take it back to your room from the Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
Which I was quite surprised at, because there was nothing to stop you drinking it then.
I mean...
Normally it's like you get it on the last night and it's delivered and it's sealed, you can't open it.
Yeah.
P&O just like, take it up to your room on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
more power you, love.
Which...
I'm very lovey today.
You are, aren't you?
Let me have some more wine. Are we both on the wine?
I joined you at the same time. For doing a voiceover, both drinking wine at the same time doesn't enable that experience to be great. Again, there are a few of these areas within the shops that kind of like pushed at the end of it, like this one here, which is the Swarovski. Right, I can never say that word correctly. But it felt to me like that there were going to be another shop there at some point. There's one just at the side of the ice cream one on deck 8 at the front, which felt like that were going to be a shop.
Yes.
At some point, and never was.
Yeah, there was just some random chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we're looking at Glasshouse area here.
Love Glasshouse.
Hence the wine. What we're interested in is quite a few of the wines that were on the drinks package when we took the drinks package the first time, so we didn't have one on this one. Mm-hmm. And if you're interested to see that, we will put the link in the description below for our Ultimate Drinks package versus Pay As You Go, which we did this time, which is very, very interesting. 2 of our favourite wines were no longer included on it. They'd shifted above the $6.95 on there. And we were like, ooh. So that'd have been very annoying because that was one of the reasons. Like that'd be the main reason for us to take the drinks package, that you could get loads of that wine and it was cheap.
Yeah.
But they're now not.
No.
Casino.
Oh, in the casino?
Yeah, we just come through towards the casino on Brodies Bar. Brodies Bar again. There were quizzes on in there.
Yes, there were. We went to one, we won one, we left.
We did. We only actually did one quiz, I think, during the whole cruise, didn't we?
We did the Halloween quiz.
And won it.
We did. So we were
19 out of 20.
like... we did.
So I'll come back into Brodies from the other side because it loops back round at the other side of the casino, so you'll see that. But they have a lot of screens on in there, so if you're into sport and you want to watch it, I expect, at the time of recording this, it's going to be broadcasting the World Cup while people on there. It's probably going to be rammed, especially on days where sort of the home nations are
Yes, because they don't have a big screen in above the pool.
No.
A la Princess, do they?
No. I'd be interested to know if they like put it on in the theatre or like that on those big matches. Didn't at any time that we went.
You can have that for free,
So,
P&O.
by the magic of editing,
Oh my
I
goodness.
opened up these doors so that people can see them. 'Cause when I was doing the tour, it were closed.
Oh,
They do really well with the digital signage in here.
where are we going?
We're
What
going
we
into the theatre.
We are.
We are the Headliners Theatre. And the signage changes not just to advertise for what's on, but to bring you into it. And it's actually a really nice theatre. We saw quite a lot of shows in there.
We did. Now, we would go on... Which floor are we again now? 7.
Deck 7.
Deck 7. I would go in on Deck 7.
Yeah.
Deck 7. Yes. Oh, it's this show.
That's the, I can't remember what we called, Sky.
I have a different name for it.
Yeah, we won't go into your name for it. Well, we can do. You called it the Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy musical. What he would do in a fever dream of creating his own stage musical.
It,
It was kind of like that.
if you...
They were all really good. It was just,
I just couldn't get it out of my head. I just couldn't get it out of my head.
you just sat there going, giggity, giggity.
I wasn't. But I should have been.
They're back in the other side of Brodies. They've got a little stage in here, so they do some stuff in here as well. I don't think we ever saw anyone live in there.
No, we
I don't
didn't.
remember
No.
seeing.
No.
But that's where they ran the quiz from when they're in there. And again, as I said, you got screens, you got a pool table in here, various bits and pieces.
Yes.
Nice little bar.
Yes.
I'm just going to have a quick sip of my wine.
We didn't drinking now. We just had an appetizer, I remember, because we went for the quiz and it were early doors.
I think we had a drink in there at some point.
We did.
At the bottom end of the bar.
Near the casino bit.
Yeah. I kind of remember it. That pool table just kind of seems stuck away there.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
only one pool table. Again, for a ship of that size, you would have
Yeah,
thought
I
there'd
mean,
be.
it wasn't busy, was it?
There, just on the left as we walked past it then, there was also a
gentleman.
jukebox. There were also gentlemen as well. There's like a little jukebox and you can put
Oh.
videos on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah, we loaded some music and left. So, I hope you enjoyed.
We picked good music.
I hope you enjoyed.
We did. Okay, so we're back into sort of the main HM side of it again. And we're dropping down now to deck 6.
Oh, I knew that.
Did you just use process of elimination? That
it's
we were going
deck 8.
from 7 to 6?
I was like, deck 8, the key to the clubhouse. I just could not get it in my head.
No. Deck 7's probably our favourite. Deck 6 was probably our favourite deck inside.
For people watching and drinks and things.
Yeah, because you've got Anderson's Library and Bar, which was our favourite bar. No.
It got my star bar.
It got your Star Bar, Linzi's Star Bar.
Linzi's star bar.
You got the Harbour shop, which sells all sorts of important bits. We'd forgot to take some nail clippers from home.
Yes.
And they had them there, amazingly.
And they weren't
And they were really cheap.
Yeah, I was say they weren't
It's also
expensive.
where you buy the laundry sachets for
Yes.
laundry, and they're £1 each one.
Yes, unless you take your
But
own.
the
ones.
laundry itself's free.
Yeah.
So Anderson's Bar and Library, this half of it is kind of the library, but you can have drinks into here as well. I don't think we ever had a drink in that half of it.
No.
We sat in sort of the main bar area, didn't we?
We did.
We were closer to bar.
The bar staff were lovely. They knew our drinks. They knew you were working your way through the menu.
They did, yeah.
They knew what I liked.
Yeah,
Linzi's Star Bar.
they
That's
did. On the last night, because we've been going in and...
Why have we not gone in the bar?
Just hold your time. I'm just showing people what's available. They made us a surprise off-menu drink, didn't they, which were lovely.
A gin drink, yes.
A gin drink that wasn't on the menu.
It was magical.
Really good.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And that's where they met the gin. So if you see it
Oh,
with
yes.
a gold label on is it Maribel? Maribel gin?
Yeah.
If you see it with a gold label on, that means that it was made on board in that little
Yes.
distillery there.
Yeah.
So this is the actual bar.
And we expected to like the Crow's Nest bar, like we've liked
Metropolis
this
and
bar,
Commodore's
Club and
stuff
all things like that. We didn't.
This was our favourite.
It was our
just-
favourite.
And it doesn't look anything here, because obviously
Just
it's
looks a
closed.
nice bar.
There's no one in it, it just looks nice. But the staff made it, the menu made it, the cocktails made it.
Yes.
It was fantastic. Like Emerald Bar, which we'll come back to, just a fantastic thing. Straight opposite the cinema.
Yes.
You got 4 screens, I think, in here.
And there were quite a few people going to the cinema, we noticed.
There were.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris was very
It
popular.
was on the particular day that we went past it. The vending machines on the left there sold stuff that you'd normally take into the cinema, like popcorn and
Yes.
I don't actually know if it sold popcorn, but chocolates and things like
Mm-hmm.
that for you to take in. You didn't have to pre-book.
No.
When you go up to there, the screens show you what's available, so which seats people are sat in or not, what
Oh,
time
wow.
it starts, and you'll see with them when you go in, you just sit where you take fancy.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
And they just start automatically. They
Yes.
were always really popular. I went past quite a few times where everything would grayed out, which meant
It was busy.
it was absolutely full.
Yeah.
And really nice. Sound in there were really good. I heard it on a couple of them.
Yeah.
And it's completely free, so take advantage of it if you've got chance.
Yes.
And there's films that you want to see.
Yeah. And they put some children's films on as well, didn't they?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
They were all, every day there was at least a children's film on.
Yes.
Often sort of more than one.
Yeah.
At this particular time, as it were around Halloween, they also had Hocus Pocus and
Yes.
Amok.
Amok.
And
I've lost my... Sorry. I was thinking about my lovely Halloween outfit that I put together.
no, I'm staying right aside because there's this lady at the side of me walking really slow, and she's like, "I don't want to appear on here. Am I going to be famous?" I'm like,
Yes, you
"Not
are,
for that."
lady.
And she's like, "I'll wait back here then." So that was one of the restaurants. Aqua. You've got Coral and Pearl, which are the big ones at the far end, and then you've also got
The one upstairs.
Aqua, Pearl, and
Coral.
Opal.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that Opal and Aqua are the smaller ones.
You're going to see it, Opal, now. Coral and Pearl are the ones at the right at the end, and they're more traditional main dining rooms.
Yeah.
Not as big as some we've been in, but still much bigger.
Yes.
These are a little bit more intimate. To be fair, I prefer these ones if you're going on like a date night type thing.
Yeah.
They felt more like a speciality restaurant.
Yes.
And service, again, really, really good in them. I thought was slightly better in the smaller ones
Yeah.
than in the bigger ones, but that's just because they have less people to
Yes.
deal with in there. They have less staff, but also less people.
Yeah.
But you'll see more about them on our food and restaurant review later.
Yes.
Then we're heading back down now, so we can look at the other side of Deck 6, and more importantly, our other favourite bar,
Oh, the Emerald Bar.
the Emerald Bar, which really, really nice bar, very similar to sort of Good Spirits or the World Class Bar, where it's all original cocktails
Yes.
that they've created. Now, there were a few of the cocktails when we get down there that they didn't have for the duration because they just couldn't get supply.
The
Apparently,
parts.
candy floss. The annoying bit off, we got off one at Portsmouth, the first shop we saw was selling
Selling
candy,
candy
floss.
floss,
I'm
they
taking
were.
some back.
Yeah. No, it was like, yes, we haven't got the suitable candy floss. Like, okay.
It's such a random thing
Yeah.
to be short of. The little Halloween installation in there. Well, we're on the ship. We joined the ship before Halloween,
And it was Halloween.
and then Halloween finished.
We went to bed.
Went to bed one night. I think it was when we were in Barcelona. I got up following morning. It was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
There
We
were
were
trees
like,
everywhere.
710 Club.
Yeah. Now, my top
Book it.
tip for this is book it for every night when the entertainment becomes available, as soon as you can book it. And then you can always cancel it. Because once you're on the ship, you will not get into this. apart from-
12:15.
12:15 was pretty much the only one. We got in here a couple of times. We couldn't ever get in again.
No. And,
Does fantastic Negronis. Oh. It's one of their 2 special cocktails.
oh, I
in there.
loved it.
Their smoked cherry Negroni. So good.
I had just their Classico Negroni.
Yeah. I mean, you could see from in there, it's not a big area.
It's not big.
They have different live music every night in there.
And there was a kind of myth. I was listening to some people and they seemed to think it was a jazz bar. It's not a jazz
It's
bar.
not, no.
They might have a jazz night, but they have musicians putting like a
Their
cool
spin.
vibe spin on
Yeah.
classic hits.
If anything, it were more, they weren't list, but it were more like a big band type bar or swing bar.
Yeah.
Because it was like, there were a pianist, there's
Yeah.
electric guitar, bass guitar, drums.
Yeah, it was like alternate world bar.
It was just a really cool
I
bar,
loved
wasn't it?
it. I loved it.
So where we were just pointing out then, while we were still hearing on about the other one, was the Emerald Bar.
We liked Emerald Bar. Emerald
I
Bar.
feel we've undersold Emerald Bar there. We'll see it again briefly in a second.
Emerald Bar was great for people watching,
It
and
was.
your cocktail that you like, your smoky
Yeah.
cocktail.
Public warning, cakes at the Vista Bar you pay for.
Yes, they're not complimentary with
No,
a coffee.
they're not. I think they're about £1.75 per
They-
cake.
yes,
We had quite a few people complaining about that when they realised.
yeah.
Emerald Bar.
Emerald Bar.
Nice bar, really, really popular in the evening because it's in the main atrium. So you had pianists going on there, you always had a lot going on.
They had some little impromptu pop-up kind of acts as well, like
Yeah, there's some
acrobats and
acrobatics.
things. Yeah,
and-
yeah.
I mean, you'll see that in the full review when we put that out. Because we've got some of the footage of that. Art gallery. There was some crazy expensive piece of art in here.
Oh,
There was a piece of art, and I
why?
said to you, I really like that one. It was like £16,000.
Why?
Insane. Limelight. I always want to call it Limelight Lounge, but it's Limelight Club.
I
isn't it?
do.
Why didn't they call it Limelight Lounge?
Alliteration, P&O.
Yeah. So this is where, in an evening between 7:30, I think it is, or something like that, and 10:30, they have a private venue on,
Yes.
and they have guest singers for each cruise, 2 or 3, depending on the length of your cruise, and they'll come in and they'll be doing some singing and storytelling. And we went to see
Tom Lister.
who were fantastic, weren't they?
I told you you'd like Tom
Yeah,
Lister.
I really liked him. Great sort of storytelling, really good songs that I really liked.
He's from Yorkshire.
Food, not so good.
Oh, don't get me started. That's
Well-
for another review.
It is, but as a venue, fantastic. It's also where they do the karaoke.
I'm just going to say this. You shouldn't be able to twang a panna cotta.
But we'll save that for the review. So you
should
can
know.
see it. It shouldn't wobble as much as that. When we came out of here at 10:30, the queue
To get in.
to get in when it opens up to everyone else was right back down the alleyway.
Alleyway?
Back that corridor, back into the atrium, wasn't it? There must have
Yes.
been like 150 people waiting to get in, and there
Yeah.
hardly anyone coming out.
No, we came out.
We came out, but you didn't have to give up your table.
No.
We could have stayed in there all night.
Yeah, we could.
So I don't know how easy it is to get in and out of there. The Oasis Spa, and you've got the thermal relaxation area as well. And again, separate review on that. We'll go into that and show you a lot more about that.
Yes.
And then the final thing we're going to touch on is down on deck 5, which is the gym and the health club.
I never saw this on you existed.
You knew it existed, but not that you actually went to it. And it's kind of took down, generally speaking, gyms are higher up on ships.
They are.
You've still got a view, but you got a little view.
A little view.
And it's not that, I mean, it's big, but it's not that big for the size of the ship. Having said that,
It's not-
there was 2 people when I went down.
It's not very busy, is it?
It was never that busy.
They did have some lovely sessions, I noticed.
They did. They put some nice classes on and all sorts of stuff. But if going to the gym on the ship is your thing, it's got one. It's down on deck 5.
And bless you, well
and it's
done
the
you.
only thing on deck 5 apart from the med bay.
Okay.
And that's the end of the video, Linz.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for watching, everyone.
And
cheers, Marky.
cheers, Linz.
And have a lovely day.
And if you're going to the gym or the health club, enjoy.